Now, from the CFTK TV studios, this is Open Connection, brought to you by Rio Tinto Elcan and the Prince Rupert Port Authority.
Welcome back to Open Connection. Today we are in Burns Lake for the Community Animal Care event. And joining me right now is Alistair Schroff, who is a member of the Lakes Animal Friendship Society. And I just want to, touch base with a little bit about how the care event has went today. I know you have a couple more days ahead of you, but how has it went initially?
Well, it's going very well today. We're always curious to see who comes forward with their animals and to see what kind of response we have. We do get the word out ahead of time, and because this is our third time, people kind of know what to expect. So as you can guess, at 8 o'clock this morning, there were people waiting to see the veterinary team. And by 9:15 in the morning, our doors officially open at 9 o'clock. By 9:15, we're actually fully booked for the day. So there still is quite a demand for the service. We're hoping that we'll see that tapering off over the next 2 days. But the important thing is there were 30 dogs, and mostly dogs, and a few cats brought in for their surgeries and their vaccinations and deworming today. So there's that much more of a dent in the overpopulation.
Great. And for yourself, being on the Lakes Animal Friendship Society, what is your role exactly on the society?
My role is, in addition, and remember we're a very small society. There's basically 3 members who are more active, and we do have lots of other supporters and people working with us. But it's kind of a skeleton crew for the ongoing operation. So it's whatever needs doing at the time. But we generally kind of divide things up with Valerie doing a lot of the work with teaching the students in the schools locally and trying to expand education to other communities. And I get more involved in the in writing grant applications and also communications with the local governments, First Nations, and also getting the word out there about our activities. So that's but we do whatever you have to do at the time in a small society to get things done.
So with writing grant applications, what are some of the grants that you have been, that the society has been successful in receiving?
Most of our support has been from local companies and community groups. We've had some great ongoing support from Rio Tinto Elcan, who you would be familiar with, Lakes District Maintenance as well. Unsolicited, have been a supporter from day one, and as well as some of the other local government groups and First Nations have put their resources to help the issue. And we also last year had some community gaming grant funding for the education project because it's seen as being quite a very important piece of the puzzle in making the community a better place.
What is the community education project? How has that been going? How long has it been going for?
We started with the child education or the student education program in around 2008, 2009, and that was volunteer visits into the classrooms all through the Burns Lake area, and those have continued to this day. And it's amazing how much the kids who have heard the presentations and learned the materials, how wise they are now after 5 years of going in and talking to them, and they really have a better idea of what's going on in their own community, which is fantastic. And more recently we've said, well, we're talking to the children, we do newsletters and stuff that go home with the children, but we know that there's a lot of adults out there who don't necessarily have all the right answers. There's a lot of myths out there about animal care and what it means when your dog is spayed or neutered. So there's some misconceptions and myths out there that we knew we had to address. So we've done some articles in some of the local free papers and tried to communicate the information that way, and always with varying degrees of success, trying to put it at a level that everybody will understand, and try to reach as many people as possible.
What kind of myths are there?
There's a lot of myths about when. Well, number one, some people think that they just shouldn't have their animal fixed for various reasons. Some of the reasons, they think they shouldn't get their dog spayed or neutered because it's going to be fat, it's going to be lazy, and there's things like that, or it won't be sort of a loyal and good protector of the household. Well, these aren't really true. It's in how you train and how your dog learns to behave. And I saw a little saying that if your dog's too fat, you're not getting enough exercise. And that's kind of true. You know, we all need to do a little exercise to keep the pounds under control. So it's not the spaying or neutering that's the problem. Just got to look at the exercise level and make sure Fido isn't eating a little too much kibble. So that's another one. Also, one of the really big ones that's really tough is some people believe that a female dog isn't going to be a good dog unless she has one batch of puppies, or a female cat isn't going to be a good cat unless she has one batch of kittens. Well, that's not true as well. The best time to get an animal spayed, a female animal spayed, is before she's had a litter, before she has her first heat. And it's very healthy for the animal. Giving birth to puppies and kittens is actually more dangerous than the surgery. So, they're perfectly good dogs and perfectly good cats without that litter. And just one litter of 4, 5, 6, 7 little babies, there already isn't enough homes in the community for all the animals that are there. So that's that many more animals that are going to have a really difficult time finding a home, and often it means something really sad is going to happen to them. So that's what we want to try to avoid. That's why we try to get these myths out of the way.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages.